Good morning. How are you? Hmm? We're in a very, very interesting position right now. But I want to share something with you. I don't have to, but I'm going to anyway. When I was in high school, we had a government class. Part of our government class was that each of us were to simulate that we were in a government, Congress. Each of us was responsible for coming up with a proposed piece of legislation. We were supposed to present it to the class, give our position on that proposed piece of legislation, and then people would vote for it. We were assigned the topic, we were assigned what it was we were supposed to do. All of the options were put into a bowl, and we picked one out. And whatever we picked, that's what we had to write the bill on. I got tax policy. So I wrote a bill. And my proposed piece of tax legislation was a flat 10%. A 10% flat tax. No tax breaks, no tax write offs. It didn't matter what your income level was, flat tax, 10% across the board, everybody. Well, time came, and the teacher actually threw out there, well, would you consider a progressive taxation? I made my case. People in the class responded. My argument around the flat tax was pretty simple. 10%. No tax waivers, no tax write offs. Flat across the board 10%. If everybody pays 10% and you don't allow any tax waivers or any tax write offs, now 10% is actually very modest if you actually look at the percentages some people would otherwise owe, especially without any tax waivers. My bill ended up being defeated, but two things happened. First of all, in the election season of 2016, a candidate for the presidency proposed a tax bill regarding a 10%. Another person exercised an option concerning a tax bill at 10%. But after that election passed, I was reading through treaties and forests. And one of the things I noticed is a number of countries share treaties with the United States regarding a 10% metric when it comes to foreign assistance. That foreign assistance to certain countries, a number of other countries, has a 10% military assistance component. Somebody made a determination a very long time ago that for certain countries, 10% of foreign assistance would involve some form of military assistance. Now, what does that military assistance mean? Could it be R&D? Could it be strategic threat reduction? Could it be cooperation around training? Could it be joint deployment? Could it be part of other kinds of national security paradigms, including ones connected to cybersecurity? Could it be intelligence? Because maybe if we were to discuss that, we would get back to the topic we broached yesterday concerning sea power. Specifically, why certain countries were allowed to be able to avail themselves of the benefits of American destroyers, while a substantial number more were allowed to avail themselves of the benefits of American submarines. Let us continue. Similarly, Rome collided with the mercantile state of Carthage in North Africa, whose navy controlled the western Mediterranean. She declared war on Carthage, but soon found that it was necessary first to defeat her on the sea. Rome then became a naval power and defeated Carthage, the most formidable enemy the Romans were ever called upon to face. It was because Britain had defeated the French and Spanish fleets at Trafalgar that the invasion of England was rendered impossible, and in 1808 a British army was able to land in Portugal. Some years later, Britain beat Napoleon, who wielded far greater military power but was confined to a land strategy. Sea power has been just as important in more modern times. It is interesting to note that the dates of Trafalgar, 21st October, and Alamein, 23rd October, are so close. But the two battles have more in common than that. Both marked the turning point in a long war against a powerful continental enemy. Because the Allies were masters of the sea, Alamein was fought and won. If they had not been able to build up their forces and supplies faster than Rommel, the issue would have been lost, and with it Egypt, the Suez Canal, and possibly the whole of the Middle East. The lesson in this? In all history, the nation which has had control of the seas has, in the end, prevailed. You know, if I'm correct, there is a certain distance from the shore where it's considered to be the waterway of the particular country. But beyond that, nobody has exclusive jurisdiction. It's different out there. There's no citizenship on the high seas. Now, if we're talking about flags, well, that's another matter, especially if somebody's trying to make smut of your flag. It's even worse if they try to make smut of your flag and then try to take it from you because you don't do smut. Something for us to contemplate until we speak again.